Hey, and welcome back to the Perch, or welcome in if you're new here. Tonight we're starting Fruit Stand Fortune. This is going to be episode 1, unless I complete it in this session. But this is just going to be a calm, cozy little session with some soft commentary and some gentle gameplay. So get comfortable and let's begin. So, very much looks like we've got a slot machine here with then a pachinko aspect and just my good luck to get nothing on the first roll. I imagine this is probably how a slot machine would go for me in real life. But looks like we've just got to keep spinning this and hope the fruit navigates its way down to the bottom here, not touching any clouds or falling off screen on the way through. And it looks like we've got to work our way up to some other objects here and items. And it looks like we can buy some upgrades here to speed up this slot machine. Put in an auto clicker. Looks like we can add some new fruit, so something tells me this might be quite a long journey. Maybe it's just like the start's a bit slow and then it builds into something a bit quicker. But yeah, I think we're in for the long haul on this one. But a very cute pixel style game and completely free, so I am certainly not complaining about that. But I am a big fan of that pixel style format. And thankfully the fruit doesn't have to land on the person who's requesting its head. It can just land anywhere in the queue, as long as it reaches the bottom. And we are actually on to $6 here now, so I think I'm going to buy another fruit. I'm assuming that's going to improve our odds of getting that fruit to the bottom. Thankfully the music is very cute, it's very soft and gentle, so I don't feel like I need to be in a rush here. This feels like quite a nice place just to chill. Still haven't hit that jackpot yet, but we have got some more money, so I'm going to buy the speed, and that's very quickly speeding up the process here. I can lose quicker now, which is perfect for me. Oh, never mind, we just got a nice jackpot. Nice seeing all that fruit cascading to the bottom of the screen. Ah, see, I didn't realize we can actually move this. Might be better to try and get it somewhere a little more optimal. Maybe underneath the cloud. Let's give that a go. Perhaps not. I don't know where the best place to stick this will be, but that's another jackpot. As long as we get a few cherries going to the bottom, I am not going to be mad. So there's the option for an auto click, but I'm not going to spend my money on that just yet. I think I'm happy just having this ticking along. But I suppose if you wanted to leave this running in the background, you could quite easily just click on that auto click upgrade and walk away, do something else, play something else, stick a video on in the background. One of mine, hopefully. Let's go ahead and buy another cherry. And we've unlocked Pinky. Piggy will buy 3 of any available fruit. Well, that's pretty good. So I don't know what this fella is meant to be at the bottom here, but well, let's find out. Oh, a bear, of course. We'll just keep this rolling. Keep that fruit tumbling to the bottom. And let's see what other upgrades we can get here. So there's boot, click customers to boot them out, one click all. Clicking one slot machine clicks them all. Symbol sync, new button that makes changing slot machine symbols easier. auto boot customers if they hold up the line, and fruit gun. Or from click and drag to shoot fruit. That certainly sounds like it'll make things a whole lot easier. But yeah, we're just going to keep this clicking process going up for now. And letting that fruit tumble to the bottom. Let's have a bit of fun with it. Let's drag it up quite high and just watch that fruit bounce around. Let's buy that speed upgrade, just to hurry things on just a little bit better. I can see we're getting our first few pigs entering the scene here, and that jackpot didn't feel like it got a lot of the fruit hitting the bottom, so let's move that slightly and see if that does anything better. Oh, that looked a lot better actually. Okay, let's leave that there for now. Another jackpot. And let's see what happens if we leave the auto clicker going. And click it again. I'm starting to feel like that is a waste of money. Definitely is quicker just to click that myself, I think. Perhaps a slight waste of money here, considering I'm going to be present throughout this playthrough. But I could definitely see that being useful if you wanted to just leave this running in the background. So we're going to be working our way up to, I think, the lemon as the next upgrade. That will cost $50. So we do just need a few more cherries. I say a few more, quite a few more cherries to hit the bottom here. And if we keep it in these jackpots, I think we're going to be hopefully not too far away. A lot of these cherries do like to crash into the clouds here. And we've unlocked a new customer, Fox unlocked. Fox will buy 2 of a random fruit at 2 times the price. Now that sounds pretty good to me. Just need to wait for the Fox to show up. I suppose where I've only got the 1 fruit at the moment, it's not too... doesn't matter too much what kind of customers we have showing up. Especially not the pig if he just buys 3 of any fruit. Loads of jackpots pouring in now. That's exactly what we want to see. Only a couple more fruits and we can get the lemon upgrade. I'm assuming that's a lemon anyway. Yes. Unmistakably so. Select fruit to output. Okay, so I'm assuming that costs... Does that cost 2, or is it saying it? It's worth 2 instead of 1, presumably. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we can see the demand is dictated down the bottom here. So there are still some people that want cherries, I see. So perhaps I should change. So we have at least 1, but I'm assuming it's going to be harder to hit the jackpot now if we've also got cherries involved. Hopefully one of these cherries hits the bottom here. There we go. Speed up the process. People still want cherries, so let's switch back to cherries. I'm here for now. And start over. And just keep waiting for these cherries to tumble down. And it's always lovely when you hit the jackpot in these sorts of games. I think the sound alone is very dopamine inducing. Okay, so we finally hit 80, so it looks like we can purchase another slot machine. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. And as we can see, it's still quite slow. But this is going to greatly increase our output here. And I wonder if I can stack them on top of one another, if that is a good or bad thing. Oh, and I should probably be paying attention to what fruit they want. So let's switch back to lemons here. Too busy messing around with the positioning there. But I suppose we've got a lot of fruit now in the backlog. Yeah, look at that. Loads of cherries building up. So let's improve the number of lemons we've got sitting around. So there's a slight bit of management going on here, I see. The money is certainly pouring in a lot quicker than it was at the start of the game. And we're out of cherries, so let's switch back over to cherries now. And maybe let's leave this top one producing cherries, because that is what this fox wants. And now we're back to lemons. So let's switch this back to lemons. Just hit a nice cherry jackpot. Want a nice lemon jackpot as well. Loads of lemon jackpots here. Fortunately, most of it's tumbling straight into the cloud. So let's move this over slightly. And we're back to cherries now. Do you know what? I keep getting distracted just by how mesmerizing and calm this game is, that I'm just not looking at what's required in the bottom left. But that's okay. We're not in any rush here. And it's not like we're losing our lemons, so it's all going to pay in the long run. So let's go ahead here and add another slot. And let's also increase the speed of that. So that's spinning so much quicker now if you compare it to this other one. That is glorious. Nice lemon jackpot. And let's just keep this spinning, keep it moving, keep that money flowing. And let's improve the auto clicker on that. And look at that, that is so much more efficient now actually. It's very much worth it when you get it fully upgraded there, isn't it? And I think we're going to have to switch this one over to lemons because that is moving so much quicker. So what's the next fruit we're looking at here? I have no idea what that could possibly be. I mean, I'm assuming that's a banana. That looks heart-shaped. I'm not seeing it. Lots of lemons piling in. So we can switch this over to cherries now. Keep the cherries flowing. Remembering to click this bottom one. And in fact, let's turn that into a lemon one now as well. So we've got one just for lemons, one just for cherries. And I think our next upgrade is definitely going to be the speed on that one. I'm just going to move these over slightly again. I feel like I am never happy with the positioning of each of these. Very close to getting the speed upgrade. That's perfect. Remembering to click on that bottom one. And just praying. And I can see, I think the clouds are slightly moving, aren't they? So I guess optimally I should be moving these along with the cloud path, but I am way too lazy to do any of that. I say we just let it ride and hope for the best. And we can see we're getting quite a backfill of cherries here, so I'm actually going to switch that over to lemons, switch this back to cherries, and keep it rolling. Hope our cherries slows down a bit and the lemons pile up. And that's a couple of jackpots on the lemons in a row there. So those are flying in. I can't wait until we have a whole bunch of these just raining fruit down into these hungry little critters' arms. So let's increase the speed here of this one. Remembering to still click on that bottom one because I certainly keep forgetting. And the moment it finishes moving, I believe we can just click. And yeah, just keeping it moving, keeping it grooving. Not in any rush whatsoever. A lovely little cherry jackpot there. 2 in a row. Let's see how far we can go. 3 in a row. I'll trade in 2 lemon jackpots in a row though. So that money is just absolutely flying in. And look at that. Increase the speed up again. And we'll see just quickly how we can get this money to flow in now. Now we've got 2 fully upgraded on the speed slot machines. Get the auto clicker upgrade. Keep clicking this for now anyway. And just look at that fruit rain down. How are we doing? We're actually running out of lemons here. Loads more lemons have just poured in though, that's perfect. Not long now to the next auto click upgrade. So 1 more now to hit 180. And then that's 2 fully upgraded machines that I can hopefully just ignore. So whilst that's running, let's just take a look here at the next thing we can do. So that lets us boot customers out. I'm sure that'll be handy in the long run. Sell to 1,000 customers. Have a 50+ surplus of 3 different fruit. I think there's not much else there. So 300 is the next milestone in terms of a different fruit. 400 for that. 180 for that. So I think we'll pick this final auto click upgrade just for completionist's sake. There we go. 2 fully upgraded fruities spewing out lots of fruit and confetti when you hit a jackpot. And we can just let this ride now in the background until we've got enough fruit. Or should I say enough money to purchase the next fruit upgrade. And I can imagine this getting very, very busy later on in the game. I'm going to be quite excited when we finally get there. Loads of jackpots just pouring in. We're just waiting on some lemons now. I'm realizing most of them are going in the clouds. I would love it if there was a way to clear those clouds. But for now, let's maybe just move this over slightly. And see if that has much of an impact. Come on, lemons, down you go. Not into the cloud, hopefully. A lot of casualties there on the lemon front. But we have very nearly hit 300. There we go. And of course, they are grapes. So let's change the cherries, I think, over to the grapes. And they seem to be producing or selling for $4 each, is my assumption here. So we just got plus 16 from that fox because he buys 2 at double the price. So 4 times 2 times 2. Quick maths dictates that to be 16. So looking very good here. Lots of coins and fruit showering down. And this fox does want some cherries, so I feel like I just want to let this ride for a bit. Okay, we have a lot of lemons building up, so let's change this out to cherries for a bit. And we're slowly getting lots of different fruit and colours raining down the screen here. Lots of happy customers. I mean, this fruit must be pretty good because this line is just infinitely long here. Watching all the cute critters patiently queue up for some tasty fruit. And that queue is just steaming along here. Noticing we're having quite the surplus of grapes. But it won't be long now until we can purchase a third fruit machine. And we've unlocked the duck. Got any grapes. Good little meme there from, I'd like to say not too long ago, but time is getting on, isn't it? We can buy another fruit machine here, which is lovely. Gotta remember to click the correct one. And we can change the grapes now over to cherries. We've got a nice backlog of grapes, so I didn't actually read what the duck did, so is there a piggy? Well, he's just got any. I'm assuming they only buy grapes would be my assumption there, and you should certainly hope so. Yes, he asked for grapes. I'm sure this next duck will ask for grapes as well. Certainly would have missed a massive trick, wouldn't they, if that wasn't the case. So I'm just going to keep clicking this left machine and double checking. We're still low on cherries. Let's buy another cherry slot. Reminding myself to keep clicking that left one. Oh, and you can really layer these and make them look ugly, can't you? I think all the fruit's just going to bounce off of one another if I do this. But if it makes it to the bottom, I don't care how ugly it looks. As long as these critters are being fed. And I can see the colour of each fruit machine here is actually dictated by the background colour here, so that is good to know. So it's this yellow one that's, well, you can also see how slower it moves compared to those other two, which are fully upgraded. So it looks like we must be out of grapes. I've just noticed that fox has probably been sitting there ever so patiently, and we've unlocked Jerry. Jerry loves cherries and will buy a large amount. Well, good thing for Jerry, we have nearly 60 sitting in stock here, but let's go ahead and change this to grapes so this fox can be on his merry way. Liz unlocked. Liz loves lemons and will buy a large amount. Well, it's good to know. I imagine that's because I've got a high surplus of these, so yes, so the surplus is what's causing these new characters to appear. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and upgrade the speed now of this machine. And it's good getting a nice, healthy backlog of each of these different fruits. Don't know about anyone else, but I love to hoard items in games like these. Kind of gives you a nice, safe net, so to speak. And it's just going to keep ticking along. Nice and slow, nice and easy. Looking at 800 coins for the next upgrade here, for the next fruit. And 600 for each of these two. And we've got the burglar unlocked. Steals your money. Purchase the boot to upgrade to kick 'em out. Let's have a look then. What do we have? Click on the boot. Click customers to boot them out. It looks like we can have a lot of fun with this. So we've got a burglar here. So let's give him the boot. Watch him disappear off the top of the screen there. So we've got to keep an eye on him now as well. And we are running out of cherries, so let's keep waiting for the speed upgrade here on this slot machine. I suppose alternatively I could just start booting customers that demand cherries, which feels wrong. But cherries don't pay for or sell for very much, so can I just kick away people that... Should we do that? Should we be let's be a nasty piece of work. We want profits. So anyone who wants cherries is getting the Tims to the back of the head. Sorry, buddy. We no longer sell cherries. No, there wasn't a memo, but that's just the way it works, I'm afraid. Comically sending these poor animals into the stratosphere. I feel like, just like any modern business, you start off caring about your customers. And the moment the opportunity for greater profits arise, your customers kind of go out the window. Sorry, buddy, I've got stakeholders that I've got to please. There we go. Cleansing this line of people that want cherries. Dr. Gravity unlocked. Dr. Gravity never lets you down. Horse unlocked. Horse gives you 2 of each fruit. That's pretty good. How generous. Don't think I should be rewarded with generosity with how I'm treating these cherry lovers. But there you go. The fruit keeps tumbling. And yeah, we haven't had any cherries in our storage for a while now, I don't think. Remembering just to boot these burglars away. It's a shame I can't see who wants those cherries in advance, otherwise a lot more critters would be soaring through the sky, I think you'd find. would you look at that? Tremendous amount of fruit is just stacking up on the ceiling now. I'm wondering if I should have booted him away. Hopefully this is going to all come tumbling back down eventually. Oh, there you go. Well, that was truly a sight to behold. It's not long now, I think, until we can get that next fruit. So it's 800 coins. So not too much longer. Debating whether to get the new fruit or to upgrade the speed of this machine. So we have a lot of grapes stacking up here. I'm wondering if I should go for a different approach, but I'm kind of enjoying just seeing how big we can get this number. Sorry, buddy, we stopped selling cherries ages ago. And I tell you what, let's go ahead and purchase this new fruit here. And we'll switch this one over. Oh, okay, so are these just coins that are going to rain down as opposed to fruit? So do I just get money straight away from these? Well, if it reaches the bottom, that is. Okay. So I could just totally stop selling fruit if I really wanted to. Well, that's kind of fun, but I don't think I'm too interested in just the coins, so I feel like that was a slightly wasted upgrade. Unless, of course, where we have such a fruit backlog, we could change these over now to the coins, is my thinking. And just let the fruit pile slowly go down here, kicking out anyone who tries to buy cherries. Okay, so we've unlocked the croc. Croc will buy 10 of a random fruit at 20% the price. That's pretty good. We're getting a nice different variety of customers appearing now. Kicking out anyone who wants cherries and anyone who's going to try and steal my money. Hopefully the croc doesn't demand cherries, otherwise I might just change some of my slot machines to facilitate the crocodile's needs. I can't have him telling his other crocodile friends. Oh, of course he wants cherries. Right, let's quickly swap then all of our production to cherries. Let's appease this one crocodile. There we go, that's got to do it. And off he goes. Let's leave this running on cherries for a little while. And I see he's actually just slowed gravity this time. This might be quite problematic for me here. And when the crocodile demands the grapes, that really is good. We get quite a lot of money coming in there. Okay, so those cherries are piling in. Let's switch back to grapes now on one of these. Oh, crocodile just bought a whole bunch, I think, so let's really ramp the grape production back up. And another crocodile wants 10 grapes. Well, if you say so. Buy the speed upgrade there. And we'll keep an eye on the lemons because those are also starting to dwindle quite fast. Okay, look at that. Switch over one of these over now to lemons. Maybe 2 actually. Yeah, just like that, 4 lemons are remaining. And you can see how quickly this fruit is piling back up now. Oh, and we did not pay attention to that burglar. And he's running off quite happy there. Should we see if we can get him? Don't know if I got my money back for that. I think I've just ended up battering a lot more of my guests than I wanted to. He wasn't even quite hasty walking away with that bag of cash either. I think he knew he was home free. Right, be gone, vile thief. And I want to say that hindered us, but to be honest, I didn't even really notice. Didn't see how much he took. And I shan't be reviewing how much he did actually take in the end, because I think it would hurt me. So I'm going to switch our production over now to mostly grapes. And now let's do mostly cherries. Keeping an eye on the queue here to make sure there's no nasty thieves. It's good seeing the progression on this game slowly building up. Remembered how slow it was at the start, and now it's ticking along at quite a nice pace. Another burglar down the bottom here. Let's remove him. Give him a swift kick up the backside. And let's pay attention to our fruit here. So plenty of grapes, plenty of cherries. Beginning to run low on lemons, so let's switch cherries off. Put lemons on. Keep an eye once more on the queue. So I think this is where I'm quite thankful at how long that queue actually is, because if it was a short queue and you didn't have much time, I'd probably be losing a lot more money. Clicking one slot machine clicks them all. See, I don't feel like that is necessary now if we've got the auto clicker running, so I think I'll just leave that. But you can very much see that this game is just can very easily just be automated. Almost encourages you to walk away from it, but as I said, we're not in a rush here. We'll just take this nice and slow. So we are running out of lemons. Most of them are on the ceiling here. This guy does actually want 10 grapes, so hopefully when they all come tumbling back down, just like that, he has snapped those up. I think I'm going to move this over with the other ones here, because I'm noticing our grapes are running incredibly low. So let's swap the grapes out now. Oh, sorry, swap the cherries out for the grapes. We've got more of those coming in. We've got quite a lot of grapes, quite a lot of cherries building up. And we can nearly get the bananas. I do think I'm going to go for another slot machine though. Getting rid of that burglar. I think I'm just enjoying seeing all this fruit tumbling down. I'm also lazy and don't want to have to keep flicking between the two here, but we can leave this on cherries for now. Grapes are still doing pretty well in terms of how many we're selling, so let's keep it on the double for now. And I think the first upgrade we'll get is probably speed. Remove that burglar from the queue. keep this ticking along. Another wizard of impacting the gravity here, slowing things down. I think I might start removing those burglars from the queue. The wizards from the queue, sorry, because they are, as fun as they were, they're starting to slow things down a little too much for my liking. Let's keep an eye on our backlog here. So cherries are actually starting to run out a little bit, so might have to start giving these cherry lovers the boot. Or in actual fact, let's change one of these machines to cherries here. And we'll make sure this crocodile gets what he came for. And it's funny how slow these coin machines are at the start. These fruit machines, I suppose. Very, very slow. But once they're fully upgraded, they are so efficient. Let's just get rid of this wizard here. Not a fan of your antics anymore, sir. Buying another cherry upgrade there. And that's really depleted our funds, but sure it won't be much longer. That money will become pouring straight back in. Removing the wizard, he looks rather angry. We have a no anger policy in this store, so into the stratosphere you go. Same with you, sir, no stealing. Shouldn't have to remind people of that one. But there you go, at least you did me a favour of dressing the part. For a burglar, they are very patient. Lots of jackpots binging along here, filling up our fruit supply. Hurrying things along quite nicely. Cherries starting to run out. I have got two machines running cherries at the moment, so I don't really want to update what we've got here. Just gotta hope no crocodiles here demand cherries, basically. Or that we just hit a few more cherry jackpots. You can see the customers really flying along here. Getting rid of this wizard. No magic policy, I'm afraid, in this shop. And we are seriously running low on cherries here. Same with lemons. I just find it very surprising that cherries are the ones running out when we've got two kind of producing them. This one's doing its best. Getting rid of the wizard and this burglar. Hoping a couple of cherries fall down there. Perfect. And it looks like we can buy another speed upgrade here. Just to hurry the production along on this one. I feel like that is sort of the biggest time waster on these, is just how long they take to spin. I'm just keeping these all kind of stacked up on one another here. Just so they're all in a nice neat pile, I suppose. As I say, don't know the most optimal or efficient way to get this fruit to tumble to the bottom. But part of me just isn't too worried about that. The fruit will make it to the bottom eventually. And let's remember to remove these burglars. Do keep forgetting to check down there. Too addicted looking at the spinning fruit tiles. Get rid of that wizard. And cherries are still selling pretty well. Either that, they're just not tumbling to the bottom quite as well as the others. Maybe let's drag these up and over on top of them here. Let's see if maybe that has a better impact. And it is the green one that I should be spinning here, so reminding myself to keep clicking on that. And we can finally add another cherry or fruit selection to this one. So that's perfect. So we are getting quite a surplus now of cherries. We're running out of grapes, so let's go ahead and switch this one over to grapes and keep the cherries rolling in here. I'm sure it won't be long before those cherries plummet to 0 again. I suppose they are the cheapest fruit. Don't know if that has any impact on their popularity in this game. Gotta remind myself to keep clicking that. Check at the bottom for any burglars or wizards. And look at getting the speed upgrade, I think, on this next one. Oh, my green slot machine did disappear there. And that is my only one producing cherries, so let's just keep that ticking along. Get rid of that wizard. And yeah, just wait for the money to pile in. Don't think there are any other upgrades I can pick up here for the time being. So just going to keep waiting, removing that burglar before he gets too close to the front there. And removing this wizard. I don't want any antics, please. So it's not long now till I can actually get the banana upgrade, so I think my next purchase will actually be the banana. Now that we have a mostly upgraded machine here. And we can switch over one of these grape producers to 2 bananas. Okay, pick up the banana upgrade, and as I said, change one of these fully upgraded ones to bananas. There we go. We actually have quite the grape backlog at the moment, so let's do a double banana. Fruit machine. And let's hope that lots of people want these bananas, because that is causing the money to fly in a whole lot quicker. I'm starting to regret not picking the fruit option first now. Do you know what? I'm just going to boot that crocodile. It's taking way too long to get cherries in. I'm watching all those bananas just cascading down. We've got Mac unlocked now. Mac will buy 10 of any available fruit. And Anna the banana. Anna loves bananas so much she eats even the peels. Lovely. Zookeeper steals your customers. Looking to round those critters back up and stick them back in the zoo, I suppose. Be gone. These are my customers. So everything's getting a little bit more involved now. A lot more things to keep an eye on here. Thankfully, nothing too strange yet. Everything is quite a lot quieter down here. Pick up the auto clicker. I'm starting to get a little lazy. Don't want to have to keep clicking on these cherries here. Because these cherries are certainly what's kind of lagging behind at the moment. So in a perfect world, this would just be flowing along quite fluidly. So we're going to remove that crocodile because he wanted 10 cherries, and I'm not about that life at the moment. And just like that, actually, we ran out of grapes. So let's switch one of these over to grapes here. I will be leaving this crocodile wanting his grapes. Go for a second auto clicker on this 4th fruit machine. Keep an eye at the bottom here for any delinquents we don't want in our queue. Everything is looking to be nice and easy. I might remove this crocodile from the queue. Oh nope, he's lucky. Got his fruit that he wanted. Two cherries for this guy. I think I'm just going to give you the boot. Yes, sorry fella, but I don't want your business. $10 cherries for this crocodile. So let's drag this down here. Oops. Now they're all overlapping, causing a bit of confusion. Again, the cherries are really holding things up here. I really should switch over production on one of these, but they're just not worth as much money as the others. I just want to have a nice healthy back stock of all those bananas and grapes, and lemons. So 10 cherry wanting crocodile can go into the abyss. We can upgrade to the speed here, I think. Get rid of that zookeeper. It won't be long now, hopefully, until I can just leave that cherry one to keep ticking along. When we get that final auto clicker upgrade. The money is flying in quite quickly now. There we go. We now have 4 fully upgraded fruit machines, 1 of each available fruit. So hopefully that'll be a good amount of production here to keep that queue flowing at a pretty optimal pace, apart from when a crocodile wants 10 cherries. So you're getting the boot. And since we've got, I was going to say, since we have a backstock of grapes, we might switch production over, but I don't think that'll be necessary. Not unless you want great cherries, good sir. Nope, that's fine. We'll just keep it ticking along like this for now then. Removing the wizard from the queue. Do not want your business here. So the next fruit here, I'm going to assume is a pear. I'm going to get better at guessing what these fruits are. accidentally just gave the horse a kick up a backside. Meant to get the zookeeper there, but I'm sure he'll forgive me. And not long now we can get that pear upgrade. Regrettably, I think we'll have to stop making bananas, but that's okay. And immediately someone wants the fresh new stock, so pears are selling for 16 each. That is pretty good. Straight away we're seeing a lot of pears tumbling in. That is very good to see. For the time being, let's switch grapes out for pears. And let's just keep watching that tumbling in. I'm going to try a slightly different strategy here, actually. Let's put everything to pears. And let's start kicking out people that want anything other than pears. Because I noticed there are those creatures that will buy any fruit, like the penguin or the pig. So part of me's thinking, why don't we just remove anyone that doesn't want a pear? Perry unlocks. Perry ordered his costume a size too small. Oops. Well, that was a mistake. And this does seem to be working a whole lot better. Oh yeah, this is definitely a lot quicker. Requires a little bit more. And maybe I can just go through this queue, actually, and just start removing anyone who I know isn't going to immediately want any sort of fruit, although it's quite hard when the queue is moving like that to not accidentally boot someone who is going to buy everything. Okay, we're on to this next upgrade. I'm guessing that's some sort of bonus. Shall we see what that does? Increase in money. Oh, I see now. So it's like a timer. Potentially it gives us double cash. Oops. This has all become a bit chaotic now, hasn't it? But I'm liking this approach a lot more. Just selling the most expensive item. Really have gone from a friendly fruit store to quite the degenerate fruit store or fruit stand. Removing absolutely anyone and oops, well, we wanted to keep the penguin really, but hey ho. And I imagine this is probably where the auto boot would be very handy. Right, let's try and thin this out from here. So let's get a nice big line of individuals that would just buy any fruit. Pig is good. So bear can go, fox can go, crocodile can go. A horse, you're not going to buy anything, so be gone. Flash enjoys taking his time. Well, Flash is going to get a boot up the bum. Okay, let's see how this works. I mean, that's working pretty well, to be honest. And then if I just do it, in beat, so to speak. Oh, sorry, penguin. I mean, that seems to be working pretty well. And then we can move on to this other, I'm guessing that's like an orange or something. Right, let's switch our production now on all of these to this orange slice. There we go. That's what we like to see. And now we can just start sending anyone and everyone to the Shadow Realm that isn't going to just buy any sort of fruit. So all we care for are piggies and penguins. The 2 P's. Keep Clementine Boy as well. Fox can go. Bear can go. Get rid of the fox, get rid of the bear. Foxes and bears be gone. Okay, and then you can go away and watch the money pour in. Oh, that is working so much better. I'll remember to get rid of these bears here. They're just so generic looking, they kind of slip through the crack. Taking all my brain power to not boot the wrong people from this queue. There we go. This is working a whole lot better now, actually. Look at that. Actually going to run out of people in this queue at this point. Okay, so we can move over to the watermelon slices now. And they sell for a whole lot more. So, as always, let's switch our production over to watermelons. And let's start trimming the fat. Anyone that isn't. Anyone who doesn't have their pockets lined for watermelon. Oops, a few casualties there. Okay, let's get you to hold there as a bit of a buffer. And let's just cull some of these animals. I've got to remember to get rid of these bears. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Cloud bear unlocked. He loves to eat clouds. Well, that is really good news. I would love to keep you here. I'm hoping when he reaches the front of the queue here, some of these clouds are just going to disappear. Okay, removing a bunch of these people. I think that's looking good, so let's get rid of you. And let's watch the money pour in. Perfect, perfect. Oh, perfect, he's removed all the clouds. I'm guessing more will blow in as the game goes on. But maybe not. Okay, that is a lot of money now. Oh, look at that, we can already buy... Oh no, we can't. I can't do math. We've nearly got this new one here, so what does that do? Let's switch this over to the clock. Will that just speed up the game time, perhaps? Yes, it does. Does that speed up everything or just the queue? I think I'm going to stick that to the watermelon for now. I don't quite understand the best way to use that, but let's go for our strategy again of just removing anyone who isn't a peg. A peg. Let's go with that. A pig or a penguin. we go, removing all the undesirables, let's say. Okay, and now let's watch that pour in. And tell you what, let's pick up a new one here and he can be the clock. Since our money in is flying in so quickly. There we go, and let's repeat the process again, removing anyone who isn't a penguin or a pig. I keep letting these bears slip through, so let's exclude all of them. We've really become a very horrible establishment now. Okay, remove you, and I've got to remember to manually click that one. And there we have it. Probably should switch this to watermelon actually, because I've noticed how quickly we are actually running out of watermelon. Okay, repeat the process. Oops, sorry fella, should not have gotten rid of you. Yep. Fox, bear, burglar, crocodile, horse, bear, fox, fox, bear, fox, bear, bear. Perfect, and finally bear. Let's just trim off. Oops, sorry, buddy. There we go. Frog, boost the speed of customers for 10 seconds. To be honest, I don't feel like I need that. We will let the cloud guy get to the front. Don't think I need you, so you can go. The sloth can definitely go, crocodile can go, the bear can go. Okay, let's let that pile back up. We can actually buy another slot machine here, so why don't we go ahead and do that. Buy some more of these upgrades. And just keep repeating this process. Enjoying very much how this seems to be working for me. Remove all the bears, the foxes. Watermelon boy can stay. The fox can go. Bears can go. And we'll repeat this process once again. The double money seems to have stacked up quite nicely now, so let's maybe do something like that. Oh, that definitely speeds up the time, doesn't it? I don't feel like I can keep up with that level of speed. Accidentally kicking all the wrong people, so let's restart this whole process once more. I feel like I'm getting quite good now at recognizing who I don't want in the queue. Oops, well, that pig accidentally went airborne. Okay, remove the crocodile, and the process continues. So let's put an auto clicker on this one and speed that one up. At this point, I think the main thing slowing me down is getting the right number of customers in. Oh, sorry, penguin. Zookeeper can go. Accidentally booted the pig. So let's see what happens if this frog comes through then. Hopefully it just means they get to the line quicker. Okay, they do run a lot quicker there. That's pretty good. They also just go through this whole queue section quicker. So it's just all of their actions are sped up. Oops, sorry, piggy. Into the stratosphere you go. Get rid of these foxes and bears. Okay. But then again, I suppose my backlog of watermelon can build up each time I do this. So it's not terrible. We'll let this cloud guy go through because it's nice having the clouds removed. And it's a little bit easier actually when they just come through like this. So maybe I am doing it a bit of a favour when I get to this sort of point. So this seems to be working quite efficiently, actually. Right, let's take a look at some upgrades here. So we increase the speed of that, change that to a watermelon upgrade, perfect. Let that queue build straight back up, and it looks like strawberries are actually the next upgrade we can get here, so let us cleanse this queue once more, get rid of all the undesirables, and let this start flying back through. Oops, accidentally gave another pig the boot. Excellent, so we're now on strawberries, so let us switch our production now to strawberries. Quickly clicking across here. Perfection. And now, I don't think we need any of that. Let the strawberries build up a bit more. There we go. Actual strawberry unlocked. A fan finally became the real thing. Well, would you look at that? Okay, so let's prepare our lovely strategy once more. Get rid of everyone here. Who else do we want to get rid of? You. Bear, fox, bear, fox. Ooh, strawberry. There we go. And let the strawberry selling commence. The money buff we're getting there is pretty juiced up now. Accidentally kicked a pig. Bear can go, fox can go, bear, fox, bear, crocodile, bear, fox, zookeeper. Accidentally kicked a penguin. Crocodile, fox. Getting rid of all these guys. And it's not looking too bad here now. Let's get rid of this burglar. And what is the next fruit? We can buy the next fruit now. A nice bit of lime, so let us change now everything to limes. I know there's an upgrade that can make this a whole lot easier, but it doesn't take too long. Just to quickly click across here. There we go. And let us now once again prepare that line for the next line of fruit. This strawberry can stay here for now. Beverage bear unlocked. Hold the ice. Remove all of these fellas. Keep the lovely cloud guy. Get rid of all of you. Fox can go, bear can go. Look at that. What capitalist scum I have become. I would love to hope that in real life, if I ever had this kind of opportunity, I wouldn't be corrupted by greed. And I've actually just noticed this stand has upgraded now, hasn't it? It did just used to be a little box, but now it's probably fully upgraded into a nice little stall. That is quite cute. Oh, and that quickly came round, didn't it? So let's trim that line once more. Keep the strawberry person in, because I've noticed we've got an excess of strawberries anyway. You can go, keep the strawberry in. You're fine, you can go, you can go. Bear can go, fox can go, keep the strawberry. Bear, fox, fox. Excellent. Remove that, repeat the process. Okay, we have an abundance of limes. Oh, and look at that, we're onto diamonds now. Do I just don't even need to sell anymore? I suppose it wouldn't harm actually converting some of these to a diamond, purely because my stock is just so ridiculous here. I don't know how much they give. Oh, 55, okay. Well, that can help money tick along whilst I'm messing around with this queue, I suppose. There we go. We have so many limes in our... Might even change you to diamonds as well, because I simply cannot keep up with the output. There we go. Removing everyone who's going to be a problem. Oh, and we're on to apples now, so just like that, we can switch everything back over. And let the apples ride. Change the diamonds over for now, because I want to make sure I've got a nice healthy backlog there. Prepare the line. I think we've still got quite a few limes, so we'll keep you for now. The frog can go. I don't like the frog, to be honest. Accidentally kicked a penguin. Adam unlocked. The hungry caterpillar is shopping for a new house. Well, I should definitely be able to help you out with that one, buddy. There we go, line's been prepared. We'll keep the lovely little caterpillar there. Okay, and I think away we go. Yeah, that money is just flying in. And it won't be long now when we finally hit the end. The mystery question mark. So let's see what that means for us. There we go, we can afford it. And we're a certified fruit freak. So I'm guessing that kind of marks the end of the game. There are a few more upgrades that we can buy, so we might as well finish the game here, buying everything that we can buy. So let's do, oops, accidentally kicked a caterpillar. 1,000 pardons, Your Majesty. Get rid of you. Oops, not the pig. Didn't want to kick the piggy. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, let's start the chain once more. There we go. It won't be long now until I think we've got everything upgraded. Let's take a look here. So it's 50,000 for the fruit. A fruit gun. Auto boot customers if they hold up the line. Shall we buy that and see what that does? When this crocodile gets here. Yeah, that really speeds things up now, doesn't it? Oh, that is so much easier. Will it boot wizards and things like that, though? I'm guessing not, so that's the only thing we need to keep an eye out for now. But this is so automated now, it's just lovely. I think we can probably look at putting some time in here now then. Just to really speed up everything. Tell you what, let's make that all time. I don't know how many of these we can purchase and if it's even necessary at this point. I suppose I could just make sure. The timer's on here so that that's constantly ticking, but I mean, I don't even think that was necessary. Oh, this is actually going to be good if the cloud guy gets there in time. That's all going to come piling down now. Wow, look at that. So we've been playing, this has been running for an hour and a half nearly, that's not too bad. But it won't be long now. I think we're going to go for the fruit gun next. So let's pay attention actually, we want to make sure no burglars or wizards get through, because they can be quite annoying. Okay, we're so close to the fruit gun upgrade. And there we go. So click and drag to shoot fruit. Oh, I see. Yes, that's a lot better, isn't it? Do I have to have that menu closed? I do. So this whole time I should have had that menu closed. That's quite funny. Oh dear. Oh, we are really painting this screen now. Oh, and now we're even removing the sort of metal ball bearings. Well, this is a very nice end game to tidy things up, isn't it? Really is just closing the game out here. Don't think there's many more upgrades that I can get, but we might as well just buy everything here. At this point, I don't even care who manages to get through. Turn you all into apples. Yeah, this is just... This is just very much the end, isn't it? Can generate so much fruit with that hand. And that's it. I don't think I can buy anything else. I suppose the only thing that would be left would be to unlock all the customers. Click the shopkeep 100 times. Well, let's do that quickly then. Rapid fire click on the shopkeeper. I'm praying that's working. And that I'm not just clicking on. There we go, Grandma unlocked. And that essentially signals the end of the game, everything unlocked. You win, you unlocked every customer fruit and upgrade. Final time, 1 hour, 28 minutes, 36 seconds. We've got an endless mode here unlocked, new upgrades and infinite machines. Don't quite know what else that means, but Guess we can keep going here with upgrades. I suppose you can just really keep spamming the upgrades here, but I think we'll leave the video here. So thank you very much for your time on the Perch today, and I'll see you in the next episode.